I still remember the first time it happened. It was a Wednesday. Daniel came home later than usual. He said he had dinner with a client. He smiled, kissed my forehead, and handed me a small box of macarons. Your favorite, he said, from that little shop near your office. I looked at the box. Something about it felt off, but I smiled anyway. Thanks, love. And just like that, I let the feeling pass. That was the first Wednesday. The second one, he came home smelling different. Not bad, just not familiar. Lavender and citrus. He told me he went to a spa with a coworker, team building thing. Again, I nodded, smiled, washed our dishes in silence. But that night, I sat up long after he fell asleep, staring at the ceiling. My heart whispered something I didn't want to hear. The third Wednesday, he didn't come home at all. He texted me, staying over at Mike's. Late project, don't wait up. And for the first time in years, I felt cold even under a blanket. The next morning, he brought me flowers. Peonies, soft and pale, just like the ones in our wedding bouquet. I asked no questions. He gave no details. I couldn't eat breakfast that day. Then came the fourth Wednesday. At exactly 8:14 p.m., my phone vibrated. A message from an unknown number. You don't know me, but I think you should know where your husband goes every Wednesday. He's with my best friend. She's been seeing him for 3 months. I froze. I reread it 5 times. My fingers trembled as I typed back, "Who are you?" A reply came quickly. "That doesn't matter, but you deserve the truth. Go to Cafe Sola's next Wednesday, 7 p.m. You'll see." That night, I cried in the shower quietly, so Daniel wouldn't hear. Not because I was sure, because deep inside, I already knew. I had known since the macarons, since the spa, since the silence in his eyes when he looked at me. For the next 6 days, I couldn't sleep. I didn't ask him anything. I didn't accuse. I just waited. My hands shook every time I saw his name on my phone. Every smile of his felt like a mask. Every "I love you" echoed inside me like an empty room. Wednesday came. At 6:30 p.m., I stood in front of Cafe Sola's. It was small, quiet, the kind of place lovers go when they want to hide. I wore a long coat, a scarf, no makeup. I didn't want to be seen. I just wanted the truth. At 6:57 p.m., I saw them. Daniel and a woman mid-20s, elegant, long hair, soft laugh. He pulled out her chair, held her hand. He looked at her the way he hadn't looked at me in years, and I stood there frozen, watching the man I married become a stranger. I didn't walk in. I didn't make a scene. I just turned away, walked home, took off my coat, sat on the couch, and stared at the wall. At 9:41 p.m., Daniel walked through the door. "Hey, babe," he said, placing his coat down. "Sorry, client meeting ran late." I looked at him. I almost said it, almost screamed, almost cried. But instead, I whispered, "Every Wednesday." He stopped. His smile dropped. "What? You go there every Wednesday?" Silence. "Who told you that? Does it matter?" He didn't answer, didn't explain, didn't deny, just stood there, frozen, caught, and I felt strangely calm. I packed a bag that night. Not all of it, just enough. He begged me to stay. It was just dinner. I was lonely. I didn't mean to. I didn't cry, didn't yell. I just looked at him and said, "You had someone every Wednesday. Now I'll have myself every day." It's been 6 months. I moved into a small apartment, got a new job, started painting again. On Wednesdays, I take myself out for dinner. Sometimes I go to a bookstore. Sometimes I just sit by the river with a warm drink. I never got another message from that woman. I never saw the girl from the cafe again. But I hope she learns. I hope he learns. And most of all, I hope I never forget. Because love shouldn't make you smaller. It shouldn't live in lies. It shouldn't hurt quietly, one Wednesday at a time.